Okay, good morning everybody. It's the morning of day 3 and probably episode 3 of this short series. Thanks for watching so far. I hope you're having a good time following me around the north coast of the Gulf of the St. Lawrence. These are some islands, and over yonder is Anticosti Island, which is gigantic in Quebec here. Let me just put right up here on the map just to show you where we are. This is R1250. It's one of the... We had dinner here last night. It was very good. Seafood and fish and whatever else. Yeah, it's one of the bigger kind of last towns on the way to the very end of this road, which is Highway 138, that we're gonna, grab in a minute here. If you watched my first couple of videos in this series, you'll notice that I was with a buddy called Alex for the first part of this trip, and for reasons that belong to him, and that's all good. Alex elected to ride back to well, in the direction of Quebec City where he lives. He won't make it today, but I'm on vacation. I have like a week left and stuff, and so I can kind of do my thing and ride around and do what I got to do. But he works on Monday, and it's Saturday now, and he's got stuff to do at home and etc. So he'll take the chance maybe to come back and finish the ride. Everybody's been telling him, hey, you have to finish, like you have to follow Charles, like go to the end of it, etc., and just kind of finish. But he does his own thing. He marches to his own drum, and that's okay, no problem. I expect the best part of this ride to be what's coming up today, so he's gonna miss that, but hey, he'll have it on video at least if he wants to watch the YouTube channel after. Let's see, we have to just turn left here in a minute. So the plan today is a little bit different than the first couple days. So the first couple days we had hotels booked and everything else here. And in the town we stayed at last night, which was Baie-Comeau. So we had everything kind of planned out and laid out and everything. So now I don't have anything booked, anything reserved, nothing of the sort. So I have my camping gear on the motorcycle if I need it. I have a credit card if I need it. So I think the plan today is I got 200 and so kilometers to the end of the 138. So we're gonna go to the end. There's 3 towns that I'm looking forward to looking at, and then we have to backtrack. There's no other way to get out of there. You have to backtrack. I was in second now, and backtracking to here is only about 400, and I'd like to do more than that because tomorrow I need to grab a ferry in Baie-Comeau at 5:30. You want to be there for about 5:10. So I can't, stay here, and then, because we were here at 6:37 yesterday evening, and we didn't really mess around that long. We had lunch, we stayed for an hour talking and stuff, but it wasn't like we didn't change and put on our walking shoes and go walk the towns, and so it's ride back, and probably ride back about, I don't know, an hour west of here to cut into the day tomorrow to go back to Baie-Comeau, if that makes any sense. So it'll be like a, I don't know, 5:50 today, probably 5:25, something like that. And if you've watched my, and go watch that if you haven't already, but my series on my channel on my trip to British Columbia, that was 2 years ago. I was doing 800-900, relatively easily, but these drives on these roads you're looking everywhere for, obviously the sights and whatever, the water and stuff like that is, but also the friggin' wildlife, and you want to try to stay alive and stuff like that. And a lot of the corners are blind, and you don't quite know how to take the corners, and I try to be careful. And now I'm by myself, so it's especially important to remember kind of the seclusion, and kind of, you don't want to mess around and end up in the ditch here. So that said, riding, look how beautiful it is here. Riding 500, 550 is quite demanding compared to just putting it in cruise control on the highway at, you know, 75, 80 miles an hour, 115, 118 kph, and just kind of having a rip for a few hours. I'm not quite sure what's happening. Somebody's jogging. Okay. Being escorted by bicycles and also some trucks. All right. I guess it's a kind of charity run or something. I'm gonna have to look that up. On this side is a sort of eco-conservation area. Oh, look, there's more people jogging. And someone stopped. Has someone fallen over? Oh dear, what happened? Flat tire? Someone passed out? That can't be good. Oh, they're gonna keep going. Is it a marathon or something? I'm gonna have somebody's t-shirt has to say what's going on. What in God's green earth? Yeah, that's a government van. Oh, like a triathlon or something. It looks like they're changing. Oh, someone has to take a shite. That's not good. Has someone taken a shite? Interesting. Yeah, it's triathlon stuff. Look, they've been swimming, I think. All right, let's see. Yeah, some sort of charity race. All right, this is kind of exciting. We're coming down towards the river, or the Gulf, really, of St. Lawrence, and the little hamlet town of Baie-Joanne-Beats. You saw how it was spelled just now. Only, I don't even know if there are 1,000 people in here. Probably not. It was in the news a few years ago because of some natural calamitous event, and the residents were kind of screwed because they needed to get out. I want to say it was a forest fire of some sort. See, this is the tourism board, and it's really, really pretty. Now I might go and check out that mansion. Uh-oh, that dog is yeah, not well socialized. Well, it's hard to be over here, I guess. But yeah, this is very nice. That's that house. Let's go check out the town, see what we can find out. I'd like a shite, maybe. Let's see if we can't find somewhere to take a wee dump. Needless to say, there's no self-service out here. Oh, this is the doctor's office. Yeah, see, these small towns, you need to have a doctor, so they have a doctor on site. Imagine COVID out here, with people coming into the town and just wreaking havoc. Absolute havoc on the good town folk. Yeah, so this is Baie-Joanne-Beats. Named after a man who, yeah, fell in love with the town, which is the town motto. It's a love story. That's what it is. Fell in love with the area here, and I want to say built that. I don't see where else. Or there's a little church there we could check out. Let's sit here for a second and ponder our surroundings. Yeah, there's some decent houses. But yeah, I want to say that's the house. That's the mansion. Yeah, so I guess that was the main part of the town. There's another section up here, but they have, you know, obviously a doctor, they have a school. It's just unfortunate, and I'm going to look up here to see if there's anything, but there's nothing here that I could tell in terms of like a small business where I could spend some money, you know. Maybe a baker or somewhere where I could grab like a loaf of something, or maybe a cup of coffee, or somewhere where like as a just a tourist, you know, I could spend some money. There's nothing. So I don't know, I sat there for a few minutes and I charged the GoPro for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, and I just kind of, okay, let's get going. There's another town I want to check up, and like I said, we have 138 kilometers to go on this, and we're just going to stop at these small little hamlet towns and look at them. But there's really nothing here. I'm not surprised. I knew this. I thought, hey, like, there's going to be a little bit of a shack where I could get like a bagel and a coffee, somewhere where I could spend money and dump some money into the town. But nope, nothing doing. Let's see what else is around the corner here, because there's a bit of a road. I don't know if the town itself, like, because on my GPS it says the town is up here, but obviously it was back there. So let's take a look. Okay, so we reached the little spot on the GPS that says that the town is here, and obviously it isn't, so it was back there, which I knew. So anyhow, yeah, this is the forest fire I was talking about. This is what happened a few years ago. That's why the town was on the news. Residents had to really think about, hey, are we stuck here? Can we get out? Is the road even usable? What the hell do we do? Because as you can see, there's no like fire department. They had to send federal government and army folks and to try to quell this fire. And you could tell it was pretty major. And it got really close to the town, and the road acts like a bit of a barrier, you know, but if it's windy in that direction, the wind is just going to take the fire across the road, and you see it hadn't. So, you know, good luck to them, but that could have been pretty crazy. So the next town is 60 some odd clicks away. I think it's called Aguanish. There was a thought of camping there tonight, and then the problem with that is, if I do that, I will have lived the full kind of North Coast experience. But then tomorrow is going to be a massive stretch to make it to the ferry on time for that 5:30. So it's sleep in Baie-Comeau again. It's kind of pricey. The campgrounds there are crap, and it's like, you know, there are bugs everywhere, and it's just not a good, you know, money-saving kind of idea. So I think I'm going to make it to Rivière-au-Tonnerre, which is Thunder River. You saw that in the last episode, I'm sure you did. We stopped for a bite or just for a look and a waz. And there's a nice little kind of, not really a B&B, but a nice little kind of motel, their boutique little place. And for like $100, I could just get a room and just kind of stay there. And then tomorrow, make the ferry quite easily, instead of sleeping in Aguanish and then having to hightail it back to Baie-Comeau, which would be a massive day. So, anyways, we're gonna have a thought, but yeah, I think we're gonna sleep in Thunder River tonight. There's supposed to be a bit of an outlook here. Let's check it out. The Pont-Brillant River. Let's see if this is any good. Oh, that's kind of quaint. People have their cars down there, so I guess I can make it there with the GS. Yeah, people go fishing here and stuff. It's going to be a challenge to turn her around, but I know how. Yeah, very nice. Let's leave it here. It's a shame these trucks are there, because it would have been nice to just kind of have a look. But people go fishing. There are a lot of salmon rivers out here, and the locals, I'm sure, have their fill. Yeah, you can still see kind of the fire and what happened all the way over there. Go look it up, the town of Baie-Joinne-Beats, on Wiki or on Google, and look at the news articles. Alright, I thought it'd be better than this a little bit, but let's get out of here. These guys are wondering what the fuck I'm doing. Am I still filming this? Yeah, funny. These guys are wondering what the hell I'm doing, but I got this. I have my level 1 off-road BMW motorcycle course. It's not a problem. Yes, we're out of here. You just have to go kind of slowly and think your way through these situations. Like, I couldn't back out from where I was at first, and I just had to find a sort of kind of flat spot that I could kind of turn her over, and that was it. Okay, so I've GS'd sufficiently, I think, for today. I'll give him this. The road is really nice, like the surface. Some roads close to home I have no confidence in where I'm putting my front wheel, but here I just know that, hey, there's no problem at all with the asphalt conditions. I guess if you know this road quite well, if you have a fast car or a fast bike, you can really do some stupid shit, because let's be honest, you're just not supervised out here. The risk obviously is if you do something a bit dumb, well then you're screwed, because to get support out here is going to take a while. Okay, this is the small town of Aguanish. I need to knock it down to 50 here. There should be somewhere for me to grab a little bit of a bite to eat. Maybe here, maybe. The GPS told me that that was it just now, but you know, no. Let's see. There's Wi-Fi here. Nice. Say hi to the little kitties. I am sorry that you live here. Again, I'd love a spot to dump some money into the town, but it doesn't look like there's much of anything. I get it. There's a bigger town coming up, which I'm really interested in seeing. But and this is bigger than Bejuan Beats. But even here, they don't have like a fuel station, let alone like a restaurant or something. Or do they? Oh, that is a gas station. I stand corrected. Yeah, see, they do have a gas station. What's going on, sir? Hi. Okay, so they have a gas station here. I could have used the restroom there, but I'm gonna go to Natashquan and do that. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. I mean, the town is a bit more sizable than Bejuan Beats. They do have a gas station just here, I just saw. I could have stopped there, but I'll go to Natashquan. I know in Natashquan there's food and whatever else, and I can sit there for lunch. So hopefully what'll happen is I'll make it to Natashquan and then go to the end of the 138, go back to Natashquan, and then have lunch there like around 12, and then start heading back to my accommodation. I still haven't seen the campground that I was thinking of maybe staying at. Okay, they have a school. Oh, there's a little canteen situation. Chez Cathy, and that is closed. Looks like maybe even permanently. Now the campground is supposed to be right on the water. Like, you're supposed to just be just off the beach actually with your tent and whatever else. And it's supposed to be really nice. Let's take a look here just for shits and gigs, because there's supposed to be an outlook here. Let's just go take a look. I'm GSing again. Let's actually turn it on the other side. Yeah, see, this is the campground. This is it. Okay, so that would have been interesting. That would have been interesting. And there's people staying. Yeah, so I wonder where the access point is for that off the road. Yeah, no swimming, no shit. Yeah, see, that's the campground. That would have been really nice. Yeah, I'm a bit gutted. I could still do it, but, you know, it would take forever for the ferry, you know. Anyways, let's just stand here for a bit. It is vast. Like, that's the actual sea, like the Gulf of St. Lawrence. This is where the obviously the coast goes all the way over there, and you can kind of see maybe a point over there, but the fresh water from the river, like Quebec City, Montreal, that's all over there, and that mixes with the seawater in this general sort of area, and the Atlantic is over there. People fishing or people having fun or whatever it is over there. Well, that was a really nice spot. That campground looks really nice. I'm going to come back. I'm gonna do the thing a bit later. Yeah, see, the campground is right there. You just enter there. Well, I ran into a really nice gentleman on his bicycle. Relais des Cailles. I'm gonna remember that. That's the campground. Very, very nice. I ran into a nice gentleman on his bicycle, and he told me that, you know, this road that we're on was finished in the mid-90s. Like, that's like 30 years ago. That's not that long ago that this wasn't paved. There wasn't a road. So, you know, it just goes to tell you how the development in these areas is really slow. But that being said, I'm gonna come back and stay at that campground in, I don't know, a couple of years maybe, because it looked really nice, and I'm sure I could get a really good night's sleep near the water with the sound of the waves crashing and all that good stuff. He said the temperature here for a really nice experience is sort of end of June to middle of August, kind of. You're in the mid-20s during the day. Like right now it's kind of cool, it's 17 degrees. I really don't mind. I'd rather this than 27 if I'm honest, but you know, it's a bit cooler. Aren't that many people. School is still in, like school ends in a couple of weeks. So final exam season right now. So there aren't that many people around. And tomorrow the weather is supposed to be a bit like this, but really, really high winds, apparently. So I don't want to have to do that early in the morning on the motorcycle, having to, like, you know, put the tent away and like in a 60-65 kilometer wind and stuff. So yeah, and I'm not on a schedule too much. Like, I could stretch and do an extra day and do all that stuff, but I haven't seen my sister in 6 months, and I want to get down to New Brunswick in, I don't know, 3 or 4 days to do that, to see her and spend some time with my family and my niece and my nephew and all that good stuff. So over to Natashquan we go. It'll be the end of the road in 78 clicks, and then back to Natashquan, and that'll be my lunch stop. And then after lunch it'll be okay, let's just make it back to Rivière-au-Tonnerre to stay the night. I'll find some place to eat dinner and all that jazz. It's beautiful still out here, really nice. There's another very small town here. Well, the sector of Agwinish called Inmichon, but drop back down to 50-ish. Let's see if there's anything pretty to look at. The nice gentleman I spoke to told me, yeah, it's just a lot of cottages. Like, a lot of people aren't here in the winter. Mainly because there's not much to do in terms of actual, like, work and getting stuff done. So it's just, they close up the house and they head back into, well, wherever they're from. Like, he was from Montreal. He was from here, but he was an electrician, he said, and he was, see, those properties for sale and stuff. And he just bought a house out here to retire, and he's here in the summer, and he's here for just a month in the winter. And groceries are an issue, and try to get food out here and try to get stuff delivered. And I mean, they do have a truck comes every day from the post office, and that's your you know, delivery service of whatever. But it's not like you can just call up a pizza and have something delivered, like, you know. Slow living. 21K to Natashquan. Let's give her. Okay, this is kind of a cool one for me. This is a town called Natashquan. I've been talking about it for a few minutes. This town is famous for a person. His name is Gilles Vigneault, and he was born here and raised here and lived most of his life in this area. And he's one of the great artists of the 20th century in Quebec, and I'll throw in the rest of Canada in that sentence, actually. The town he was born in and grew up in is a museum now, actually. And there are a lot of Vigneaults here, the family name. I won't stop now, but I do want to look and see if I can find a restaurant for later. My GPS seems to think that I have to swim to Kagaska, but we're not doing that, of course. See, that's the tourism board. There's bound to be a place to have some food and go have a bit of a, yeah, see there, I can get food here, and there's a grocery store and all that good stuff. Okay, so we're gonna stop here for lunch. But yeah, this is Natashquan. This is the quaint little hamlet. I don't know where the house is. The house in question. Let's find out, shall we? follow this road. It was probably up there somewhere and I missed it, but we'll find out maybe later this afternoon. Yeah. I haven't seen the gas station yet. It's odd because there's a road. See, my GPS, and this is the thing, I think, is because I know that they finished paving that road to Kegaska last year, and my GPS might be set to I don't know, avoid gravel or whatever, so it wants me to grab the ferry and go to Kegaska with that, but obviously we're not doing that. So oh, there's a nice hotel there. Okay, so we are entering the native community of Natashquan proper. I'm not pronouncing that properly, I know. And here would have been where the road used to end, I guess, right up here somewhere. Let's go take a look. But we're gonna keep going, and where the gravel would have started, we're gonna find brand new, fresh, crisp asphalt on which we can keep driving. This person is having a great time. All right, let's see where the road would have ended here. Yep, there it is. So up until a year or so ago, the road would have just ended here, and this would have been just gravel. But let's just keep going on the asphalt, another 44K to Kegaska, and take our picture at the end of the 138, shall we? I have to put this back on not avoid gravel, so it knows that I want to keep going on this road, because it doesn't know that this is paved yet, my GPS, which is logical. Breezy. So we did have some gravel, or at least we have a little bit going into the town here. That's kind of cool. It would have, I mean, I'm thankful for the asphalt, if I'm honest, because it would have taken forever to complete this loop of the end of the 138. So it's okay. We're gonna drop to 50 here and then see if there's a spot for a picture, or because that's the whole point, right? You're just gonna all right, let's stand for this bit, because the whole point is to kind of come here and have a picture. I just don't know where it is that I can kind of eat, and if we can't eat here, we'll eat in Natashquan. It's all good. There's a general store, and if I had to, I could grab fuel, but yeah, see, this is the end of the road, literally the end, right next to the school. All right, so let's park and have our moment. Now, if the road was to continue, it would go further east, but we're just gonna stop here and then take our pick. A lot of pictures being taken here, a lot of stickers. And I think there's going to be cell service. There's food in here and a restaurant. Let's go check that out, maybe. Or should we just go back? I'll figure it out. I don't want to have my Red Bull here. There's a ferry that comes from all the other towns that aren't connected. Like, this stops eventually. That road doesn't go anywhere. This is where it would continue, or maybe before town, and it would keep going. That's the plan in a few years, maybe. But yeah, there might be stuff over there next to the ferry. I might check that out before heading back. Alright, well, we've had our moment. We've seen what we wanted to see. I guess that's not a real moose, because if it was, I would fucking die. It's almost as... I mean, a real moose is almost as big as that, actually. Let's just turn her around. There's a bit of a wharf and a thing there, and then if I kept going there, that's where the ferry goes to all the little other disconnected little towns. But I think we can kind of just head back to Natashquan now. I'm kind of hungry. There seems to be something to read over there. Anyways, there's nothing I can't read online. Even if we're here, it's kind of chilly, so I added a layer to my clothes, and I'm just gonna head back. It's kind of it's cool. I mean, people who are here are honestly here because they want to be, because you could just leave. But you know, it's the lifestyle. You're here because that's what you kind of want, right? That said, it's a little bit anticlimactic because the only thing I can do now in order to leave or get out is go back the way I came and drive all the way back. So, I mean, like I said, it's really cool to have done it and to have seen the end of it. I was looking forward to this for a while, and again, I said this a few minutes ago, but I am thankful for the asphalt at the end, because, you know, I was doing 105, 110 on some spots there, and it would have taken forever to just do like 65, 70 on that road. I don't know if I wanted to have taken some of those curves at 100, you know what I mean, in the gravel. So anyways, let us skedaddle and back to Natashquan for lunch, and then I'm gonna ring that I'm gonna call that hotel there, that little motel, and ask them for that room. It should be free, and if it isn't, we'll find something else. I mean, worst case, I'll camp somewhere. But yeah, we got some gravel dinner. We got some GSing today. Some GSing was done and accomplished. I'm gonna sit back down. Drop our third. Yeah, a lot of snowmobile tracks here. A lot of snowmobiles being used. And yeah, it's another 44 back to Natashquan. See, I could have done 80, 85 in the gravel the whole way, like this. That would have been fine, like 80. I wouldn't have minded that. I know some guys have those like 50-50 tires, like the knobby stuff. I kind of have to wash my line, you know, make sure I don't wash out with those 70-30s. Like, I'm on TKC 70s. They're fine for this. That's really not a problem. But once you get onto the hard stuff, you're just, you know, a little bit more comfortable. So we're gonna go back to Natashquan and then have some food and go from there, I guess. See you guys in a bit. Okay, so we are back in Natashquan. I really need to eat now, so it's no longer optional. I'm gonna have to just look for that grocery store. I think it was on the left here, and just go in there. Motorcycles, very nice. Yeah, and I'd love to be out of here by 1 p.m. I have about a half an hour, and then by then I will have also chosen and confirmed my sleeping arrangements for the evening. I don't need any fuel. I can just go back to the town we were in this morning, off Saint-Pierre, and fuel back up there. And then I'll have enough fuel to Baie-Comeau for tomorrow, probably. And there's a big town in the middle. Well, anyways, you've seen all this on the last episode. Hello, kitties. Hello, doggy. Hello, hello. All right, here's that store. I don't need fuel here, so that's completely fine. I would have liked an actual little cafe, but there was something there, but it's closed. Yeah, that's the store. But let's just go check out across the bridge, the GPS says that there should be something, and if there's nothing, I'll turn back around. I still haven't seen Gilles Vigneault's house. It's somewhere. It's somewhere. You tell me. Imagine growing up here and then writing, you know, poems and songs and such in like the 60s, and then having your life's work recognized, you know, even as in other French-speaking countries, you know, places like France and stuff. So this is a restaurant, but that's not gonna work. Nobody behind me. Okay, I'll just turn around and go back to this grocery store. It is what it is, and I shall try to find the house on my phone maybe, and then go pay homage to Mr. Vigneault. This will be a good spot to charge the batteries and whatever else, my own and then also the GoPros. There's the interpretation center and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna have our break here. Oh, and there's also a charger for cars. All right. Here is where we stop for our break. All good. Oh, and I can have a shite here. Excellent. 2 birds, 1 shite. See you in a bit. Okay, well, I'm in the slightest bit of a pickle. It's not quite a pickle yet. It's more of a cucumber still, or cornichon. The motel I'm planning to stay at in Rivière-au-Tonnerre is just not answering the phone. There's just nothing to be done. So I'm still in Natashquan. I'm driving out of the town. I have to head that way anyways, but the town of Havre-Saint-Pierre, where we were at last night, is on the way. So I was planning on stopping there rather, for fuel anyways. And it's at 150 kilometers. It's really no big deal. I can just kind of blink and get there. So I'm gonna do that, and then that's my fallback for the hotel anyways, because the place we stayed at last night still has room for me for tonight, and it's nice and cheap, and it's all good, and I was comfortable there, and it's fine. It's just that it lengthens by about an hour my day tomorrow, which that's the pain in the neck that I'd like to avoid. I want a short day tomorrow. I would like to have 350 instead of 450. And again, 450 doesn't sound like much, but they're demanding kilometers. Like, I've just put my rain gloves on for some warmth, and I've actually also put in my earbuds for some wind protection for my ears. It's really breezy and it's kind of cold, and all these turns, and you have to pay attention, etc. So it's just they're demanding kilometers. So I'm just trying to shorten my day tomorrow, because as you might remember, I have to catch that friggin' ferry at 5:30 tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon. So hopefully I can kind of leave early tomorrow if I am staying at the place we stayed at last night, and I can just kind of, you know, get to it and ride that 450. And there's construction and there's stuff, and it's gonna take like, it won't take 5 hours, it'll take like 7 6.5. So I gotta leave by, you know, 9, just to give myself a bit of a buffer, and then kind of hurry up the breakfast. And anyways, I'm just gonna get to Havre-Saint-Pierre and then reconnect from there with you and enjoy the kind of scenery and the wind and the sparsity of the surroundings. I don't know if you can tell, but look at the waves just on these ponds. This area is full of these little ponds, and they go from the size of a puddle to the size of a small lake, but it's so windy that there are actually, like, on some of the bigger ones, like white cap waves that come across the ponds. It's just so windy. I'm getting absolutely pummeled. We have 10 kilometers to go back to Havre-Saint-Pierre, and I can't wait to just have a bit of a lay down shower and maybe a warm beverage. The motorcycle is like 30 degrees, like inclined, just to kind of stay upright. There's a truck up ahead, and there's a boat being towed by it from the Canadian government. I think it's the Ministry of Natural Resources or Forestry or whatever it is. So we're going a bit slower than we have been, but it's fine, I don't mind. Yeah, I do also have to fuel up, so it's convenient that the town is coming up here. Okay, so we are back here. Look at the trees, like, and there's a lot of wind coverage here. We're in town, of course, but yeah, I wonder how much worse it'll be tomorrow. They're calling for a lot of wind tomorrow. Anyways, this was the right call. I'm tired. I could have done another 100, like, you know, had to, and I've done it in the past, especially in my trip out west, but you might be able to hear it in my voice. I'm absolutely knackered, to employ a popular British expression. Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to show you this yesterday because the battery gave out on the camera before I could show you what the town sort of looked like. You got your liquor store here. You got your kind of, I don't want to call it a mall, but little commercial area with your grocery store and your hardware store and all the good stuff. You even have an optometry clinic, all that jazz. They have a great aquatic center, I was told, and this is it. You know, some money was poured into this town, I guess, recently, so good for the town folk. There's an outside chance the hotel is booked now because I didn't reserve, right? I just kind of on a whim decided to come back here. But yesterday she says, yeah, just stop by here and it'll be fine. In worst case, you can pitch your tent and whatever. I don't want to do that. So I just hope I show up in the parking lot and it's kind of empty. Oh, the wind even here is brutal. I'll probably have to use the bike to get to dinner. I don't want to walk in this. Alright, let's see. Yes. Yeah. She's got rooms for days. Oh, hello. She was very pretty. Alright. Wish me luck.